Yep. Yo. Y'all come on in, man. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's
It's
have a
a
good quick
beautiful day.
have a quick conversation, man.
Yeah, man.
See y'all already in the chat with it.
Yes, sir. You know why we're here, and it has nothing to do with a fine. Yeah, man. Bijan Robinson, man. We finally have got the news broke early this morning. Bijan Robinson, man, of course, is now the highest paid running back in NFL history. So when he signed that historic 3-year, $75 million contract. And of course, we're going to talk about it, get into the ins and outs, how we feel about it. Also already receiving some criticism, but we're honestly not surprised about that at all, guys. Being Falcon fans, you know what we go through. But again, you as the group U2 says, it's a beautiful day, and we're gonna keep it that way. So Smitty, hey, we're back in this thing. Chat, what's up? Let's talk about it. Let's get to it. Bijan Robinson, man, how you feeling, man? See, hey, and the thing about it is, Smitty, here we go again. We talked about anything between 25 and 27 million, right
Yep.
there, at 25 per year on this
Yep.
extension.
Right. Well, we predicted it to be, and as I told y'all, just say the hell with it. Just reset the market completely and just go from there. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to end up happening anyway. Whether it's this deal or the next deal, you're going to have to pay him. And I know the running back position, as a lot of y'all know, is one of those premium positions that a lot of people feel like they can get away with murder. But sometimes when you have a dynamic guy that's in the class, to me, with a skill set like a Saquon Barkley, like a Barry Sanders, you just got to lock that down, man, because you can't find superstars in every draft. Some of them are, you find a superstar, and it don't even have to be first round. It can be a fifth or sixth round guy, but as long as they're coached properly and, developed properly, hey, they can make the same impact. But before we get going, man, let's get to this chat, man. Say what's up.
Before you get to the chat, I do want to ask
all right. Go ahead.
You just said about how the running back position is devaluing, right? But the thing about it is the Falcons just told the world we don't care about the trends. We care about our superstars. Atlanta has a proven modern day player who is a culture guy, a superstar, and an even better human being. Paid him. And that's what you're supposed to do. It is what it is.
Yeah. Q, what's up, my guy? Tristan, what's good? Emperor 74, what's it? They in the house, man. Robert Blackman, what's good, man? Every day is a great day. You wake up, absolutely. Emperor said, let me see. I just need this offense to dominate and show all this talent. If I don't see Zach Branch as wide out 2 or 3, we need to boycott going to game. That guy Zach is weapon X. I agree with that. He definitely weapon X. Absolutely.
Seriously,
absolutely.
Now Zach, depending on his snaps, bro, his snap count, I don't think they're going to run him in the ground first year, but
no, hell no.
His production, his snap count, and just his work ethic, man. He may work his way up that depth chart, man. You never know. Could be wide receiver number 2, depending on how the guys are doing.
Because you got to think too, Chris. Special teams is one of his specialties as well, so that's going to count as snaps too. So you can't overuse him and run him in the ground. That's why you got to develop these other guys. And this is why they brought in Olabide as a Zacchaeus. This is why they brought in Jahan Dotson, to not put pressure on that rookie and let him develop and make plays when he needs to make plays. Go ahead.
Indeed. No, indeed. You can't put too much on him too fast. We know he's going to be dynamic. You want him to be that way for multiple years. And again, with Bijan Robinson, now this contract, again, we go back to it, 25 mil per year. And I know me and Smitty, we talked about it. I thought it was going to be anywhere between 50 and 60 mil guaranteed. Is right there at 51, which is an all-time NFL record for a veteran running back contract. And, of course, guaranteed at the signing will be $37 million that he absolutely deserves. The extension officially kicks in the 2028 season with his rookie contract and the 2027 fifth round option already locked in. So Robinson is tied to Atlanta all the way through 2030. Thank you very much.
And that's how it needs to be, at least 5 more years. That's how it needs to be. Trinity, thank you for the jewels, my guy.
What's happening?
Appreciate you. You said, what's up, fellas?
How you feeling?
Made it on time today. We doing good, my guy. Q said, I just want our office coordinator to make sure he has confidence that the way the office will have confidence. Yeah, it comes down to coaching at the end of the day. All right, what's up, my guy?
What's happening,
Yeah,
family?
yeah. He said salute, man. Yeah,
Appreciate
Chris Blair is looking good, man. We saw him at training camp the other day. We just hope he gets to hit the field, man. Just hope he gets to hit the field. But yeah, this contract is warranted, and I see people. And let's just get into this other thing right quick, man, because I got to speak on this because this actually pissed me off, and I'm gonna actually drop my own comments
Shout out
and react
Dixon
and,
Wade.
and reaction later. But yeah, shout out Larry Dixon, man. We got to see Larry the other day at training camp, man.
Yeah,
We had a blast.
He said,
And
"What's up,
he
fam? Part of this extension doesn't even means it doesn't even kick in until the 2028. That's what I'm saying. 2028 still got this year, and you still got 2027, the 5th-year option, and then the deal kicks in 2028. So the deals that's already been made before Bijan Robinson has nothing to do with anything. Bijan deal kicks in 2028 when the Falcons will still have more money, as more money will be coming in with the deals and everything. Super cap space next year. Going to have more cap space depending on what we do. Of course, in 2027 could have even more cap space. Then you drop Bijan Robinson's contract right in there. Excellent deal by Ian Cunningham. Just the front office all together, because I know we got a couple of guys. Well, I know we got a guy in there that knows those figures as well too. So excellent deal for the Atlanta Falcons. Ian Cunningham, when it comes to tying up this young core, because we talk about Kyle, we talk about Drake, Matthew Bergeron is a part of that too, and also now Bijan Robinson as well. You got 4 young pieces already locked up, and all of them are good pieces, and that's what you do. How many times have we talked about it, Smitty? I'm sorry, not to go on a rant, but
that's all right. Go ahead.
Talked about when you got something right there in your face, you pay it if it makes sense.
Right. Right.
And if it don't make sense, you shop up your eyes.
But the thing about it, man, you're young talent. One got to feed off the other. Let's be real. If we re-sign Drake, don't re-sign Kyle, they're gonna put more leverage on Drake. And if we don't sign either one of those guys, that's gonna put more pressure on Bijan. So you have to pay these guys, because at the end of the day, one got to feed off the other to make the other one great. And I see that people keep talking about quarterback and all that, but as I stated in the video, I'm gonna put out a little later, the quarterback ain't got to be no superstar. Keep it real. I remember seeing Jeff Hostetler backing up Chris Sims in the playoffs, and they won the Super Bowl off Jeff Hostetler making key throws and Otis Anderson running the football down the Bills' throat. Now, granted, the Bills missed that game-winning field goal, but my point is, if you got a right game manager quarterback, you can win the Super Bowl. And he made clutch plays. Chris Chandler, 1998. That team was carried mainly on defense by those veterans: Chuck Smith, Lester Archambault, William White, and all those guys, Jesse Tucker. But at the end of the day, Jamal Anderson almost ran for 2,000 yards. And I think he had 16 or 18 touchdowns that year. So, I mean, it's the same construction with what's going on right now. So we don't need an absolute superstar quarterback. We just need coaching, timely scoring, and all that good stuff. Birdcage LLC, what's up, Ryan? What's up, my guy?
Yes, sir.
DBG said, congrats, front O. How all the other assistant players, coaches. Yeah, you got to. It's all at this point.
Yep.
It's all on the coaches. Keep it real. All the way 100. All the way 100. But the front office, I think they nailed it. Point blank, period. I think they nailed it. I mean, a lot of us might not agree with that, but they nailed it. Because think about what they've done in the draft the last 2 years on defense. And just got 2, I think, will be starting linebackers in the next 2 years. Just think about that on rookie contracts. Thank you for that donation, my guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, I'm so glad the Falcons got ahead of really all these deals, man. You think about it, all these deals have been done now. In a season or two, they're going to be like the 5th, 6th best deal, depending on, because guys are getting paid. Look at this. Zay Flowers just got paid today. 4 years, 140 million with 108 guaranteed. So, more money guaranteed than Drake. Man,
Right.
I mean, people can make what their assumption is about it because, a lot of people said Drake shouldn't have got paid. I mean, I'm pretty sure people are going to say the same about this Zay Flowers deal. But as we always say, it is the market. And he's at about 35 mil per year. So he's right up there too. Like some of these guys, like Chris Olave got paid the other day, the other week and whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. These guys are getting these paydays, and these guys are right around there with like DK Metcalf. So think about the guys who are already paid. They're going to be possibly looking to go back to the table to get more money because they're saying, look at this guy, look what I'm doing, whoop. And, it's going to be that always that carousel that teams are going to have to be on when it comes to paying guys. You're going to always have to worry about somebody coming back around or somebody possibly coming back around again. So it happens, man.
Right. And this is what he's going to make right here. You see it right here on the screen. I had pulled it up right quick. Jackson Smith and Jigba, we know he had 42.5. Jamar Chase is at 40. Drake London's at 35.25. Zay Flowers is at 35. Justin Jefferson at 35. CeeDee Lamb is 34. But what y'all got to always remember, these numbers are just momentary. When those guys come up for new contracts, and I'm talking about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, it's going to see $45 to $50 million. So the numbers are going to keep going up until the NFL decides to put a cap on it. So, there's no way around it.
And you see that. You see this right here now. Justin Jefferson. There are people that will say him and CD. There were people that will say Justin and CD are better than, Drake and Zay. Those two guys possibly could be on the way to walk into the office right now saying, hey, man, I ain't saying it got to be today, but, we got to talk about some numbers and everything because my numbers are better than this guy. I stay healthy more than this guy, et cetera, all that stuff like that. You already know the agents are going to start working the phones, and that happens every time a deal gets done. How can I position my client or the players thinking, how can I position myself to gain more money?
Right.
For my services and what I do.
Right. And just like Ryan said, Brock Bowers going to reset the market at tight end.
Hello.
About 17 million. I think you got guys like Ty Warren in Indianapolis, Loveland, a young guy in Chicago. Yep. You still talking about George Kittle, Trey McBride. I mean, I keep going on and on. Even though a lot of they have a rank higher than Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, to me, if we see his full potential, he's a Hall of Fame talent. He just has to get it in his mind to work to be that. Just keeping it real. And if they build an offense around him, that will help as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I seen a picture of those two together, Drake and Kyle, the other day. I had to retweet it, and I was just like, the 1-2 punch. That should be your 1-2 punch, man. Everything else can kind of like, fall where it lays, whoever be able to get the snaps after that. But your 1 and 2 options should definitely be Drake and Kyle when it comes to receiving. And now you got your number 1 option in Bijan. So, and then you're pairing all this with Kevin Stefanski, somebody that's an offensive-minded type of a coach who should be able to use all these guys. And, I mean, you just look at the stats. I mean, Bijan's been the ultimate weapon. He's had efficiency, elite dual threat, being able to catch and run.
Right,
and think about this, how he is small in stature, but he's big. He's a big guy, man. He can take hits. He can dish it out as well. The man is pretty much unbreakable. And he's broken 86. He has 86 missed tackles. So my thing is he's always elusive, always breaking the next guy's ankles, man. And of course, over 5,600 yards from career yards, scrimmage yards already. Like that's the most by any player that was like 23 and 24 or younger. So this guy, man, is absolutely bro.
Facts. As I said earlier in the video, he's already with a 1,400 plus yard season this year. He moves up to number 4 on the Falcons all-time list in just 3.5 seasons. I'm sorry, just 4 seasons. Just think about that. And it had William Andrews got hurt, he would be in that same conversation. But we know what happened with Mr. Andrews. and that's nothing we can change, or nothing time can change. But Millie Mill said, "Hey, Smitty, you got a bad. A1, you got a bad. Chat, you get a bad too. Everybody getting a bad. But I mean, that's how you have to think. But I see y'all quarterback questions. When we get through with this clip, we'll answer those quarterback questions because it's gonna lean into that segue when we give our thoughts on this ludicrous thoughts or way of thinking. But we know how some ESPN guys do. Let's keep it real, y'all.
Yeah. See how this goes. Oh yeah, I'm about to say, you know how they do with the little ads and all that stuff like that. They want to run the little ad.
Let me take it down to the ad get through, and we'll pop it back.
Man.
So go ahead, Chris.
It's so funny though. Again, here we go again. As soon as the Falcons do something, they want to jump on us about it. If we don't do something, they want to jump on us about it. So just take it with a grain of salt. It don't matter what we do, good or bad. They're gonna try to figure out a way to, flip it around on us, man. It's just so funny. I haven't heard none of this, by the way, but I just already know it's some BS. I already can feel it because it always normally is.
He never heard it, but we often hear it at the same time. Now I've heard it, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on a later video later today. But I still give y'all some insight to that. But I let Chris talk, go first, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll let the chat go. But this is what he had to say. Come on, man.
I say, shoot, I don't want to talk either.
Facts.
Hold on, is the audio? Hold on, unmute the screen audio.
It is on. It's not on mute. Y'all couldn't hear it.
No, you can't hear nothing.
Wow.
It's not me. It said I just tried to do it. It said you have to. It said can't unmute. I said I can't unmute it. They are capturing the audio.
It doesn't say.
You see it like how you, do you see it like okay.
Let me try it again.
I don't know. It just like it didn't. It right up there with the microphone thing. It just didn't have any sound.
Wow. That might mean it's some bullshit.
It may be they got some security wise on it, man. You may can't like play it like that.
Let's try it again and see. If not, we'll just
so
let's talk.
Maybe. Okay, there you go.
Done here. They have made, per Adam Schefter, Bijan Robinson the highest paid running back in NFL history, 3 years, $75 million, $51 million guaranteed. I am in no way, shape, or form going to comment on whether or not Bijan Robinson is worth it, because I think it's pretty obvious that he deserves to be paid as the highest paid running back in the NFL based on his performance individually being better than that of his peers. Okay? Period. Okay. Next sentence. In many cases, maybe not all, but in many cases. I despise the way the Atlanta Falcons are building their team. Despise it. I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. 1, they are paying everyone else to make up for quarterback play. I hate when teams do that. Let's pay a wide receiver. Let's pay a running back. Let's pay a tight end, who all deserve to get paid, because we really don't have the position that matters the most. And then let's give up future assets to get defenders on our team that, let's say it kindly, may not be the highest of character players, according to reports. I don't appreciate.
That's a shot at James Pierce.
It wouldn't be the way I would build it. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Kevin Stefanski is going to come in there and he is going to just make this thing unbelievably like it's going to click perfectly.
2-time coach of the year.
Right. But he's 2-time coach of the year because he's always had crappy quarterbacks and he's tried to make them better, right? Like that's really why you're winning coach of the year, not because you're winning a Super Bowl or anything like that. The Atlanta Falcons, the way in which they're team building, I just don't like it. I don't think it's the way to go for me personally. But and you could say, well, what choice they have?
What other route would you take?
Don't draft a running back in the first round, because the problem with drafting a running back in the first round is not that they're not good. It's that you have to give them a second contract. And the second contract inevitably becomes so high that it's such an enormous percentage of cap relative to positional value that I think it throws off.
You got to cut corners elsewhere.
Exactly right.
I'll let you start this, and then I'll give my quick thoughts on it, and then we'll get into y'all questions.
My bad. My bad. I just had to, bring back my professionalism because I was just feeling get real disrespectful. And my thing is, hey, at the end of the day, we all this is all opinionated, and at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make any enemies with anybody out there. I don't have those type of problems for real. But it just be some of the things that people say and spew out their mouth, man. Like that whole segment, you know what it got to me? But what I gather from that entire segment is you don't even know what the heck you even want to talk about. Because how in the world you start off by saying we did exactly what we should have done, yet you do exactly what you should do. Then you try to go in and try to tear down exactly everything that you said at the beginning because we don't have the quarterback position. My guy, we haven't had a quarterback position since the president of football was still in uniform. So at the end of the day, we still trying to figure that out regardless. Why not pay the rest of the guys? And hopefully maybe something will come along to where maybe Michael Penix can stay healthy. Or you never know. Maybe you'll get Tua on a healthy contract for the team. Or you never know. Maybe Jack Strand will surprise everybody and be a cheap quarterback contract that will still work out for the Atlanta Falcons. Or it could be another veteran that you bring in for the Atlanta Falcons. And yes, there is yet another option. Or the Falcons can draft another quarterback. Those are all options. At the end of the day, at least they got the skill players that if they do, no matter who the quarterback is, at least they got somebody to throw to hand off to, and somebody that's worth a darn that's going to be able to get something. Like, what are we doing? Bro, I'm about to lose it. Like, I don't understand like how these people get on freaking ESPN. Some of these top players. All right, I'm done.
But what pissed me off the most? What pissed me off the most is sometimes they don't think about what they say. Because as I'm looking at it, it's a reason why the Falcons went out and got Tua. It's a reason why Michael Penix is here. It's the reason why you pay your offensive skill position. As I said earlier, one or the other is going to feed off the other two. And it's just a given fact. And he's talking about defense. He took a shot at James Pierce. And I despise him for that. But when you look at what they've done on defense, and I said this earlier, they're building a young defense for a reason. So when they pay these older veteran guys, by the time it's time for those guys to come up with a contract, the money will be there. And these guys will be almost out of their deals, or if things don't work out, they'll be traded or they'll be released. It's just the part of the way that the business goes. You have to take chances. And a lot of people do not like these contracts, but it's what the market is for all three positions. If they wait till next year, that number is going to go up $10 to $12 million more than what it is this year. So,
bro, it's so
real
stupid. I'm sorry, it's crazy because the deal doesn't even start until 2028. You don't even know what's going to happen by it. Right. Go into the Falcons' way. Now, yes, it could go the other way. We understand all that, but the Falcons have set themselves up for a better chance to better the team and have stability with certain players who you know are good. Not we don't know what he's going to be, all that stuff like that. And the biggest criticism may be Kyle Pitts because of things that happened in the past. But if he can be anything like how he was last year, I'm telling you, man, Kyle Pitts is going to earn every dollar of that. The same thing with Drake. If Drake continue to be him.
Yeah,
because
even his contract,
everything that Drake does, you know what I'm saying, just himself. Yeah, bro.
My bad. Go ahead.
Bro, go ahead. Contracts don't even kick in immediately, most of them.
That's why I was finna
go. You good. No, it's good. I'm just saying, bro.
That's why I was finna go. Yeah, man.
I'm just agreeing with you, bro. It just like most of them don't even get.
Two other contracts not even front. Two other contracts not even front loaded. Bijan starts in 2 years. Kyle,
thank you so much too for the super.
Most of Kyle Pitts' contract is in that third year, and at that point they can void it, cut him or whatever, and they still won't take a big loss. So just think about that. And then with Drake, it's just what the market is. We showed y'all what the market is: 35 to 40 million. And with Drake's numbers and him being the number one receiver, that's exactly the money that he's going to get. Point blank, period. But Miss Drill said, "What's up, fellas, Falcon fam? Got to hit that rewind. I'm sure it's been a good conversation so far. Miss Drill, you know how we get down, man. We speak the truth around here. And boy,
right.
Man.
And then on top of that, there you go. Don't draft a running back in the first round. Now, that right there was a shot, I feel like, at the old regime to a degree, because we did have defense right there in our face, a guy that recently just got paid as well, Jalen Carter. But we decided to go with a dynamic running back in Bijan Robinson. But my thing is, there's been plenty of running backs taken in the first round, period. So again, you sound even more crazy. So what? Don't draft Saquon?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't draft Gibbs then? What are we like? What are you talking about?
It's crazy. Country, what's up, my guy?
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. I almost went there. I gotta chill.
I knew you were about to go with that. I knew you were about to go with that.
I just get tired of hearing the same old thing over and over, just from different people, different ways, about absolutely nothing. All these nothing burgers with nothing fries, like all these capital offenses. All of y'all are out here capping.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, though. Countryside, I hope this guy fight a fire breathing dragon with gasoline draws on. I mean, it just at that point. It's at that point. What these people are going to have to do, when it comes to these contracts, they're just gonna have to figure, just know the market's what it is. And think about it. And I talked about this the other day. Bobby Carey, I see you, my guy. Like I said, I see y'all, man. We just trying to get these points across. Then we'll go to the quarterback position, what we've been talking about for a while.
We got it.
But when it comes to what the market is, nothing we can do. The only thing that they can do is hope down the road that they can see, and I've been saying this too. And my boy Mike Robb, check out Michael Robinson, him and Marshawn Lynch got a nice podcast. He said this years ago. The NFL needs to have a scale for each position and stick to that scale, so the number won't go up or it won't go down. Get them a certain amount where everybody's on the even playing field. And the only reason why that's not fair is because some players are going to produce more than others, and the numbers are just going to be different. And that most of the time, that's just how these contracts are warranted, with numbers. If the numbers are good, the contract's going to be good. No way around it. Because think about it. If Drake does not go down with that injury, he's well over 1,000 yards last year. Well over double-digit touchdowns. Well over 100 catches. So, yeah, you can say potential all you want. Go ahead.
Smitty, the only thing about it, if Drake didn't get hurt, I don't know how much it affects Kyle, though. Does Kyle have the end of the season that he does if Drake is still there?
Ooh, boy, that's a good question. That's a good thought.
I mean, hey, one thing about it, we're going to shoot in a few weeks, in about a month and some change, we're going to start seeing exactly what that's going to look like, what that 1-2 punch is going to look like.
Absolutely. But y'all continue to drop those super chats, man. We definitely appreciate it. Go ahead.
Because I'm about to also throw out the fact that the only caveat to that is the offensive coordinator and coach that you had last year, it is different. So now you have an opportunity to see, like, okay, Coach Stefanski has an opportunity to show, hey, I can help him maximize and replicate last year compared to, you know what I'm saying, like what happened so let's say it's going in with Raheem and Zach again. You never know what would have been. We could have been a mixed bag.
Yeah. And like I told y'all, it wasn't nothing against Raheem. It was just that he got in his own way.
Let's get in.
Like Chris said, he tried to build his own coaching tree, but instead of getting his feet off the ground first. You get your foot off the ground and start to win, and then you can build a coaching tree. You don't try to go for it from the jump. Because one thing about it, man, something like that just don't never play out well. Just saying. But Bobby Carey had this question, man. He said, I see Mayfield might not stay in Tampa. Should the Falcons try to get him? Just asking. I'm gonna say something about this first. Vita Vea, they put out a tweet just a little while ago, a couple minutes ago, that said, it's inevitable now that he'll get traded in the next month. So you mean to tell me you don't want to pay your quarterback or your best defensive player? That sounds like a rebuild to me. That sounds like a rebuild to me. I don't know about y'all, but let's keep it real. But Bobby, I said this on my channel 3 years ago, and I had to delete it because it was when I had to reset my channel. But
Yeah.
this is the thing with Baker Mayfield. And shout out to Country's cousin. He was at the meet and greet the other day after the training camp, and he spoke on it. He made some valid points.
Yeah.
But when you talk about $50 million, that's a lot of money. And you have to have $50 million worth of production. And sometimes numbers I tell y'all don't tell the whole story, because Baker had put up some damn good numbers early on last year. He was in the MVP conversation with his first 5-6 games. But then he fell into a swoon, fell off. And he tried to pick it back up. And another thing that with that, you got to come up in key times and win key games. They lost to the Dolphins. They lost to the Saints. They lost to another team down the stretch that they shouldn't have lost to. This is where you make your money. Win games that you're supposed to win. So the only problem that I would have with Baker becoming the Falcons quarterback is, can he sustain a full-term relationship with the head coach? Because you saw this offseason before the season started, Baker said some comments about Stefanski to me that really shouldn't have been said, because, again, I told y'all, Baker Mayfield losing his job in Cleveland had nothing to do with Kevin Stefanski. It had to do with the front office going to get Deshaun Watson behind his back. Pretty much the same thing that happened here with Matt Ryan. And you see what happened with Matt Ryan after they went out to Deshaun Watson. He went to Indianapolis and ended his career. So my thing is, and I know this won't happen, the Falcons front office will stay out the way if Baker Mayfield decides to come here. But the thing is, do the Falcons, Arthur Blank, Ian Cunningham, or Matt Ryan want to pay him $50+ million? That's the only question. If they feel like he can get the job done and he's the missing piece at quarterback, they'll do it, because they have the weapons. But do they have faith in Baker Mayfield to win those key games in crunch time? Because we do know in crunch time, sometimes he disappears and sometimes he just falls completely apart. Just saying. I would love him here, and I still stick by that. But can he sustain a relationship with this coaching staff? Only question I have. But go ahead.
He definitely would be motivated if he came here, because he gets to play Tampa twice a year. That's for one thing. Gets to prove himself and his value, all that good stuff like that. I mean, it all depends on where the Falcons sit. As far as if things go awry this year, are we going to be looking at another quarterback? I did say earlier that the Falcons have an option to bring in a veteran quarterback. Could Baker be that guy? If Ian and Matt, look at the situation and survey the rest of the quarterbacks around the league, and if they come around to Baker, then we'll see. We'll just see. But again, right now we have so many different quarterbacks in this room right now, and even Cooper Rush has had some starting ability. I'm not saying that Cooper probably going to be the quarterback of the future for the Falcons, but he's still in the room. And Jack Strand is really the most intriguing option, and we're just trying to see exactly who can stay upright and stay healthy the most between Tua and Michael Penix Jr. right now.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm telling y'all, because think about it. He's going to get $50 million, and he's a tier 3 quarterback. When you talk about tier 1, he's a tier 3 quarterback. When you talk about tier 1s and tier 2s, let's say tier 1, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, guys like that, their next contract is going to be $65 to $70 million.
Right.
Tier 2, they're going to top out at around 55, 60. And then tier 3 is where the $50 million starts. So it's just the market at the end of the day. It's nothing that we don't want to pay. You just have to pay for whatever you decide to go to. It's just like going to the grocery store and you saying, hey, should I get the green giant beans, or should I get those great value beans? One is going to cost more than the other. But the thing is, and here's the trick. You can get either bean you want. All you got to do is season them right, and they'll be just fine. And that's the same thing with coaching. If the coaching put the seasoning on this offense like they're supposed to, it's going to cook the right way, and it's going to be right. It's going to be right.
I'm going to tell you this. The Buccaneers, what the Buccaneers are looking for, they're looking just for a straight bag of peanuts. They pretty much when they pop open the bag, only thing they see is peanuts. When they dump it out in their hand, they see is peanuts. What Baker Mayfield brings them is a bag of trail mix. You pop that open, you may get some peanuts, you may get some raisins, you may get some sunflower seeds, you may get some chocolate pieces.
Boy.
You just never know what you're going to get until you actually dump it out. And just that analogy right there is a mixed bag of Baker Mayfield. And it has been, you know, so Baker's a tough. He's a gamer at the same time, but I just think the teams that want to pay, he wants, let's say, quarterback one money. I'm not sure about that.
Absolutely not.
He may be cool with tier 2. But that's what I'm saying. He may be cool with tier 2 money, but regardless, he's looking for a major contract. But the organizations are looking for some consistency, man. But instead, he gives a mixed bag.
And it's not a bad thing, because look at what Sam Darnold did last year, and he finally found a spot that can showcase his talent. If Baker Mayfield can get to that spot, win a Super Bowl, he can command any damn dollar he wants. That's just like Sam Darnold. He won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. When he gets through that contract, he can get $60, $70 million just because he won that Super Bowl. Even though the coaching, to me, was the reason why they won. Just because he got that Super Bowl ring, that's going to garner more money. It's just like being on your resume. Anything on your resume, I'm a perfect example. Nick Foles, before he retired, after he won that Super Bowl, he didn't do nothing else, but he still got paid good backup money just because he won a Super Bowl. Just saying. EJ wants to know, what are y'all honest thoughts on the quarterback situation? My honest thoughts, I'm gonna ride with it till the wheels fall off. I still stick by what I said. Tua is going to be the guy until Penix is ready. And I told y'all 2-3 months ago, I feel like he was going to start the year on the PUP list, and I'm still sticking to that until, he, like Chris said, he stepped that foot out on the field week 1, or whenever he does, he's going to be on the bench. Honest situation, honest assessment. What you think, right quick?
Yeah, man. It just, again, just not being clear for 11 on 11s. It just really how can he have an opportunity to really compete? He doesn't. I mean, individual drills and 7-on-7s, I just don't think that wins him the job alone, and then by the time the training camp is over or close to being over, I think that's when he'll be cleared. And that's just, again, that's just not enough time, and you've been already lost the job. The only thing that you can hope for, and I can't even say that. Let me take that back. The only thing that you can wait for is if Tua plays bad, or if Tua has an injury that keeps him out for a game or two. So, and then you can possibly try to see if you can win it then. But if you don't come out and play stellar, you're going to be right back on the bench. So
it's just as easy as that. Just as easy as that. But another question I had up here. That was the last question. TCG, I'm just saying. It's just an analogy, man. It's just an analogy. I don't think we're gonna I don't see it. But my point to that was, if you season the food right, who can tell the difference? How do we know these catering places ain't using canned stuff? If they put garlic and other seasonings and herbs, it's gonna taste different.
That's a lot of places are. A lot of places are. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Oh, I just had a bad example last night. Texas Roadhouse. Oh, never again. That's all I got to say.
Boy, you must have went to which one you went to?
Oh, it wasn't even in this state, man. It wasn't even in this state.
See, that's what I'm saying, because the one in McDonald's thing be hidden. Midrill said he can stay healthy. Baker's a dog, but comes with his own set of injuries, to include knees and concussions. That's true, and that's every player, no matter who it is. Tay said, "What's up, fellas? We live again from training camp." Hey, man.
That's what it is, Tay. You see Bijan out there? He running around.
We're glad you made it down, man.
Today is the afternoon joint. You know what I'm saying? They had the morning 9:15, but they also got like the 155s, and I think this today is a 155 practice.
And it's raining now, so we hope they get it off. So we pray they get it off.
Came through some rain.
Joel said, do you think that we got a Tua because of that? So until Penix be clear, but you think it's up to Tua to lose his job depending on the records? I mean, I said that already. I mean, depending on what the record is, at the time when they think Michael Penix is most healthy, if he's playing well, I don't see him making a change. You can't disrupt that time, and you can't disrupt the rhythm. But if we're at a spot where they feel like Penix needs to take over, he'll do it. But I'm telling y'all, by the time towards the end of the season, depending on where we are, I would say the last 4 games of the season, just expect to see Jack Strand at some point. Because they got to evaluate the future at some point. If neither one of those guys are working, they got to know what their plan is going into 2027. Just saying. And to me, Tua is a bridge guy anyway.
I wouldn't
He's
be
a bridge
surprised.
guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said that was first day. I'm just saying about the bridge. I said that first day. I don't think he's necessarily our guy for the future. I think really he's got a chip on his shoulder, so he's going to try to put his best foot forward. You know, he's auditioning not just for the Falcons, but for 31 other teams to say, hey, man, look, I still got it. If Tua can come in here and show that he still got it, then we'll be talking about Tua some more. If he doesn't, we won't be. And, you know, it'll be still the Michael Penix show, or it'll be the Jack Strand, Jack Strand's the man show, or whatever it be, man. Or us going after a veteran or drafting another quarterback. Something's going to have to happen. There's a lot of different options. It's kind of scary that it's that many options on the table for the Falcons, but because it can go either way, and you don't know, it may not be the way you want it to go. But regardless, guys, I'm glad that we again at least got skilled players, that we got locked up, and hopefully we can have a cheap quarterback who's good enough to get us where we need to get to. You know, because I mean, again, Penix still on his rookie deal, 1.3 for Tua. And you also got Jack Strand that even if he does become your starting quarterback in 2 seasons, the premium you're paying on him will be less than nothing. He's an undrafted guy.
Yeah. And then that's what they fail to realize. What they keep talking about, you know, quarterback in place. It's a quarterback in place. He's just injured. And he's on a rookie deal. And a veteran you got, like you said, on a 1.3 deal. So, I mean, come on now. You can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's just common sense. Dan said your digestion system will tell you after you eat too much sodium MSG will let your stomach know. And that's true. When I talk about seasoning them beans up. Miss Pam, what's good, Miss Pam? We got a chance to meet Miss Pam at training camp the other day. She said,
always love her.
Hello, Chris and everyone in the chat. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope great seeing you guys at training camp. Absolutely, 200%.
Yep.
Joel said, Smitty and A1 question. If we don't make the playoffs and we're going to clear both of them quarterbacks and trade a veteran next season, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. And that's why I said it long ago. I see one thing about me, I'm going to look towards the future. Even though I'm looking at what's going on right now in the present, I'm always going to have a thought towards the future if a scenario, if it don't work out. It may work out, but if it don't, we got to go such and such direction. You just have to think like that because we don't really know what's going to happen. And think about it, as we keep saying, Matt was an NFL quarterback. He was an MVP, so he knows what the position needs to get to the next level, point blank, period. And they have no ties to either one of these quarterbacks except Jack Strand.
Yeah, that really, because that's the only guy that they really signed. I mean, Tua got, like I said, that 1-year contract, but again, that's just a bridge to see what you have going on, man. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. How much it cost?
Yeah.
Hold on, no. So follow. It depends on who's available. You know, like I know what you got. Jalen Hurts out there. There's a possibility maybe he could be forced out. What you also got Joe. I mean, we talked about Joe Burrow before, but there's also guys like CJ Stroud. What's going to happen with him? Could this be his last year in Houston? So it really all comes down, family, to who is available, who you can trade for if that's the route that you need to go, or who comes at the end of a deal that you possibly can get to come in as well. Because one thing that you don't want, I think we all can agree on this, you don't want to keep having to change quarterbacks, and you don't want to have to keep just bringing in bridge after bridge after bridge at quarterback. You need somebody solidified eventually. And again, ever since Matt has been gone, we have not been able to get it right. So we're still trying to figure it out. Again, you got to figure out some things. I think that's another reason why you take care of your skill players while you're still trying to figure out your quarterback. Because again, just like they said on the video, he can poop. Got the what other options do the Falcons have right now? So
yeah, and think about it. You can go up as far as 60 million for a top-notch quarterback, such as Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, somebody in that tier, or you can go down to what Chris is talking about, to tier 2 and tier 3, anywhere from, I would say, 35, where Baker is at right now, which would probably be CJ Stroud if he gets a new deal. He's going to be in that range until he can prove himself. Or you go to that second tier, which is at $50+ million. But trust me, you don't want to get to that $60 million and be a bust.
And this is what we do keep in the back of our minds right here.
Right.
Ian did say he likes to draft and develop. So when we're talking about trying to go get veteran quarterbacks, yes, that's all good and fine and dandy. But what is the cost going to be? And is Ian willing to pay that cost? We know Terry Fontenot, he'll probably get rid of a draft pick or two. Ian more so cuffs him to the side and keeps him close. So it's going to be really interesting as we still continue to learn our GM on what moves, Ian would go for, depending on who the person is too, and what he won't go for. So that is something that we always got to keep in the back of our minds as well. He does want to draft and develop, for sure.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Nathan, because that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Depending on what things are this season, if you talk about draft and develop, from what we've seen from Jack Strand so far in the OTAs and the training camp, hey, who to say he couldn't be the starting quarterback next year, and you just keep developing him because he has the talent, he has the prototypical size. I told y'all,
I do.
Like I told the other day when we left training camp, this dude was throwing sidearm off one leg, straight zips. Easy.
It was off the wrong leg too at that, bro.
Effortless. Yeah, effortless.
It was off the wrong leg. He was going one way and kind of just, I was like, okay. Now the pass wasn't completed, but it's still the fact that the whole motion and him doing that, once he starts to being able to anticipate better, like me and Smitty was talking about, kind of already know where he's going to go, not have the happy feet or anything like that going, man, Jack may be all right, y'all. Just saying, I ain't trying to down nobody. I'm just talking about that particular player, Jack Strand, look like he may be something.
Yeah, and like I said, who knows? He could be the quarterback of the future, and you bring in another backup, a veteran backup, just to back him up and keep, helping him develop in the film room and on the field. Who to say we have our own Brett Favre type quarterback that we won't have to worry about it for a while? But Josh says we're still gonna have $100 million in cap space next year after signing the big three and giving Bergeron. Yeah, we still gonna have a lot of cap space.
Yeah,
because like me and Chris said, a lot of those contracts are front loaded or they're either down the road. Yeah, because like I said on Kyle Pitts, most of his money kicks in third year, and they have a choice to make then. Bijan Robinson, his contract don't start 2 years from now. Drake London,
his don't start.
So I mean, yeah, you just have to look at the contract and see how it's structured. But go ahead.
No, again, I agree. I'm just like on that. We should still have some cap space left. Again, deals not going to be kicking in until later on. Just how they structured them. So great structure strategy, man, for real, man. And those who I like the financial side of things. It's always a chess game, and what I'm saying, and it's always fascinating seeing how these contracts are structured, the verbiage, what I'm saying, the incentives, all that stuff like that. It's always great to see stuff like that, and it's always great when your organization has someone up there that knows how to handle that and can finagle that, maneuver that. So I'm happy, man. I have no complaints with how the Falcons are operating right now. Everything is not falling on you on one year, what I'm saying? Again, eventually you're going to have to answer to all these contracts, yes, but at least you have some time and some flexibility because you still have other guys you have to make decisions on. Zach Harrison has a big year this year. This is his contract year. Devon Diablo, this could be a possible extension year for him. Green Dot, what I'm saying, Devon Diablo as well. And then you also have Ryan Duzel, who has James Brockemeyer breathing down his neck. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. I said 103, but yeah, see, it is right there.
104.
All the
104. You just $1 million. You just 1.3 off. Tasty, I need your go-to spot. Hit up the deli. It was cool. Go to we was at the Diesel Tap House the other day.
Yeah, Diesel Tap House.
It's about 10 minutes from the facility. We were there yesterday. The wings pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend you to get them some more business. They were great hosts for all of us, man. It was about 30 of us there, and you know they took great care of us.
Yeah. They really did. Tell them all the Falcons content creators sent you.
Facts.
And I heard if you mention Big Lowe's name, they somebody in the back, you know, so they'll come out, you know, with a pole and they may give you a free dance. That's what I heard. I don't know. You know, you say Big Low name sometimes, you know, you can get in the place you're supposed to get to.
Yeah, because I heard somebody say Big Low. We was in the other day, some panic flew over my head.
Oh,
what the hell going on?
I'm just saying, especially when you can get the coach of the team to say your catchphrase, you know, it just stuff like that.
Yeah, boy, you're an OG at that point. Shout out to Country, man. Shout out to Country, man. He did a great job hosting this, man. He set up a great event. Yeah. Brad said, what's up, fellas? I keep hearing we got a situation at right tackle. You guys thoughts on that? No, we don't have a problem with it. Jawan Taylor is recovering. Wanye Mars, we saw him out there the other day. But we saw mainly Michael Jarrell, and I think the reason why we seen a lot of Michael Jarrell, they're trying to get an access of what he's going to do, and can he still fit into what we're trying to do? Because they spent a draft pick on him, so they're going to give him much time as as they need to evaluate him. But I think it's Jawan Taylor all the way.
Man, Monte Carlo said you gonna get old ball coach in trouble. I ain't saying it like that. Coach Rowland stall him out. If she run into it, if she run into this, Coach Rowland stall him out. Ain't no.
I ain't trying to get him in trouble. No. We just joking, man. We just joking.
Promise ain't no trouble.
Yeah, ain't no trouble, man. It was just his. They just said Advent Pelt spent some time with Strand before the draft. Maybe him and Matt see something there. I mean, they got you. And me and Chris talked about it at practice the other day. Mm-hmm. Every time he made a mistake, who was the first person he ran to? Advent Pelt.
Yeah, for sure. Or who was the first person calling him over?
Right.
Either or. You know what I'm saying? You know the motion. Come on over and holler at me real quick. Yeah, man. But
Josh, Josh, I agree, man. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, man, right off top. I don't give a damn how much y'all dislike Matt Ryan. I don't care how much y'all try to put him in the conversation with Mike Vick. When you talk about a strong football mind, he had just that. And as I said before, Ian Cunningham does not get the credit he deserves so far, because both of those guys are working together. And unlike the last two, and there's no shot at the brothers, but the way Matt and Ian are working, Ian was in the front office that was winning football games and championships. Baltimore won rings, he was there for a little while. Philadelphia won rings, he was there for a little while. So he's grabbed a little bit of here and a little bit of there to try to put together a complete picture of what it takes to build a championship team. And Matt Ryan is buying into it, and I love it. So when you have a GM that's not scared to put his foot down, put his foot in the ground, and I'm going to tell y'all, too, when you see a president of football out there working on the field with the players, that gives them another perspective as to how much he wants them to win. And he's out there helping the quarterbacks as well. So when he's putting his foot on the ground and put his blueprint on his team, he's letting y'all know by being out there on the practice field, this is what I expect for y'all. This is what I want y'all to look for. This is how we win football games. So Matt Ryan, to me, him and Ian Cunningham, they should get way more credit than what they're getting right now. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period.
Who was also a football because he played football too, Ian Cunningham.
Offensive line. Yeah.
Maybe not the NFL level, but he still played high level football at offensive line. So you got him, you got AVP, you got Engstrom, you got Reese. You have all these different minds that you bringing in. Oh, you got Bill Callahan, who even though he's an offensive line, just that football mind. Think about all that he's seen, all that he's done. So we have all these different football minds that can come in and help develop these guys. Again, that's why after we made all the initial signings with the coaches, I was so excited because I'm seeing something that we didn't see before. Experience. We're not bringing in Joe Schmo because that's our homeboy from back in the day off the block. We're bringing in guys that know who have been around the block and have done some things and have resume. Just let me, when I pull out your resume, let me see something, and I'm good. And so that's why I'm excited about the new Falcons regime. And they're also bringing in older guys that we know about as well. As this question, right, as DBG says right here, shout out and salute and congratulations to Mud Duck, one fan of the show, friend of the show, and us being fans of him, being a part of player development now. But remember, he said it right on here, Smitty, when we last interviewed him. He would love to get into the Falcons organization. He's ready, he's willing, and now it has happened for him as well. So again, salute to Todd McClure. We're so happy for you. All over again, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you're playing for the team and now being with the team in the front and around the player development as well. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, and it's what we've been asking for. And I'm going to tell you, this is just the beginning. And Matt Ryan has known for years that we have talent in former Falcons players. Terrence Matthews has been a college coach. He's been a high school coach. He's coached in the league in collegiate all-star games. Chuck Smith, outside linebacker coach for the Ravens the last couple of years. He's been running his own training camp for years, not training camp.
Front seven agency.
Right. He's been on his own agency for, I know, the last 10 plus years. He's worked with guys like Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Grady Jarrett, former Falcon. He's worked with some of the greats. So you mean tell me these guys working with these type people can't be great coaches that's been in y'all organization? Another guy who I expect to be a coach sooner or later for the Falcons is Roddy White. Roddy White is an advocate for the team. Roddy White's energy is just different. It's just different.
It's old school. It's what you need.
Yeah, it's what you need. So
what you need.
I think Todd McClure's hire is just a building block into something that's big and better that's about to come along. That's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it.
I'm loving it, bro. What we got? Okay. Question for both of y'all. What position battle y'all look for, but also excited for? Okay, not to, let me see. Not to, no.
Well, you talked about it earlier, so I think you should use that example.
What's that?
At the wide receiver position. You talked about it.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, you know, what's going to happen there and who's going to make the wide receiver position. I'm looking forward to it because I know Cash Jones is going to be very interesting to me. I know he is technically listed at running back. Trying him at slot. Cash Jones, I just feel like he's a guy that can do a lot as long as he's healthy. Special teams, can be on special teams, can help you out in the run game. Be maybe like a little scat back. Remember Darren Sproles? Hated him. But maybe he can be something like that for the Atlanta Falcons, an extension. You know, screen plays, 3-step drop, get the ball out quick. You can have a guy like Cash Jones, let him get into space, doing things like that. In slot positions, you can have him there too. So it's going to be very interesting. I think because he can do so much, he may actually get himself a roster spot. So it's going to be really interesting for me to see that. But I will say this, though. The linebacker position, I am very excited about because Harold Perkins,
where you were going. Yeah.
Harold Perkins Jr., Kendall Daniels, who is, you know what I'm saying, now back out there on the field. That's a big individual, too, by the way. Man, that
Jesus Christ.
Jack Strand. Just think about it. Like, this man is 242 pounds and 6'5". Like, just
all muscle.
Right, bro. And it's just like, and my thing is, it's so crazy because the way that he was being used in college, a guy not supposed to be that big and be able to move around and cover guys and do it and be like a little joker position. He's not supposed to be able to do that.
He's a Cam Chancellor clone to me when it comes to body size. And he reminds me a lot of Cam Chancellor, but just at the linebacker position, because you know Cam Chancellor will knock your block off.
Right. Knock your block off. But that linebacker, because it is Christian Harris's job to lose, I believe. But he got two guys running for him that he could actually lose too. Just saying.
Yeah. I agree with Chris 100%. And like Chris said on a short earlier, well, on the post earlier, Jesse Tucker, he was in raves about Perkins coming over from LSU. That was the first person he named. And if you think about what I've been saying, 10 years ago, this year, a guy named Deion Jones, shout out to my girl Keisha Kelly, because she was out scouting him down at the Senior Bowl in Mobile. When he was down in Mobile, Deion Jones was. I told her and I texted her. I said, look out for a guy named Deion Jones out of LSU, that guy that can run sideline to sideline and cover at linebacker. And she said it. Dude could play. And Perkins fits right into that same mold. So yeah, linebacker and Perkins, and we saw him out on the field Saturday. He was running with the first unit Saturday. So yeah, that's the guy I'm going to keep an eye on. Him and Daniels, those two. And there's no knock to Perkins or Diablo, but those two coming. They coming.
No, they are. Hey man. Yeah. Nobody can make me hate Matt Ryan, by the way. I wanted just to put that out there. No one could ever make me hate Matt Ryan. Think about this too.
Absolutely.
Always been the ultimate professional when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons, right? Think about it. He had an opportunity and a right to tear us limb from limb with the whole Deshaun Watson situation, and Matt still gracefully bowed out and gracefully asked for a trade. Never came out and said anything disrespectful about the organization. Left a job with a franchise as in CBS, somewhere where he could have had a cushy job, one of those office jobs that you're going to see him on TV here, and he can be in the meetings, stuff in there. He left all that stuff alone just to come back to be with an organization that drafted him. You can never make me hate this man. Never make me hate this.
Yeah, but that just shows you how close his bond with Arthur Blank was that we didn't see. We just seen what was happening in the media. But when they're, in meeting rooms and things of that nature, when they had time to talk and bond, their bond ran deeper than the football field. That's why you never seen Matt Ryan, say nothing out the way after what happened with Deshaun Watson. He just gracefully asked, could you trade me somewhere where I can start? They granted that request, and the rest is history. So when his career was over, he went to CBS, and he still followed the Falcons, because when they were on CBS and they would talk about the Falcons, he would still defend them. So I knew that relationship and that bond was still there, and it's still showing. So now he has a chance to show Arthur Blank his appreciation by putting a winning product on the field and trying to bring him that Super Bowl ring. Just that simple. But there goes you a question right now.
Jamal,
about that. Yeah.
What's going on? He said, do y'all think Avion will start at cornerback 2 to start the season? I'm done with Mike Hughes as the starter. He needs to be the backup like CJ Henderson. I have no gripe with anything that you just said right here, Jamal, at all. I would love for AV to be the cornerback 2 to start the season, but I want him to be the cornerback 2 because he's ready to take on that from Hughes.
Right.
If he's proven, if he's going to be able to prove day in and day out that he is that much better than Mike Hughes, then I am all for him starting. But if he's not, I'm all for possibly somewhere mid-season to where he possibly takes over for him after getting a few games under his belt, a little bit more film tape and all that good stuff, real experience. I would be cool with him possibly in mid-season, because we've seen that before. In the middle of the season, changes happen. Guys go sit down. Other guys get elevated. So to start the season, I would love it. It's going to be kind of a long shot, but if he can go out there and prove that he's that much better, then why not?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of this too. Even though I think he could benefit in the slot to start his career off, but you got to go against guys. And what we seen the other day, Sidney Brown, he played a lot of the slot the other day when we was at practice, and I kind of figured that, because when you think about what he did in Philadelphia, he was a slot guy there too, and because you could see him play slot, cover the tight ends or get after the quarterback, but he's also a special team talent. So Sidney Brown is going to make it tough for anybody to play that slot, take it from him. But let's just hope Billy Bowman comes back in time. I think he's going to start the season on the PUP list as well. But we'll see how it works out in the slot. You got to remember Clark Phillips is still here as well. So well,
you forget about Clark Phillips.
We'll see.
That's crazy. That's just how deep this defensive back room is now, that you forget about Clark Phillips. Like, Sheesh.
And Trevon Diggs is still out there. So if he comes in at the right price, the closer we get to the season, you could see the Falcons go after Trevon Diggs as well, depending on how they're viewing their cornerback room. But Dirty Bird says, do y'all think Zachariah Branch will be too important on offense as wide receiver 1 or 2 to be placed as a punt returner? Or do you guys think he will be at both? He'll be at both. He'll be at both. Where I think they will have him at, he may be the number 3. But we don't know that for sure. But he's been in camp, but he's been playing like the number 2. So if he gets to number 2, I wouldn't even be surprised because he's putting in the work to do so. But either way, no matter where he ends up, again, I think Jahan Dotson and Olamide Zaccheaus is going to be key to this as well because they bring that element of speed, something we haven't had in a while. So depending on what you think.
I can see both. I can see both mainly because there may be times to where you kind of got to bring him on along a little bit with the offense, or maybe you just want to use more or so of his special abilities, in special teams. So I can see special teams adding to his snaps and whatnot, but I can definitely see both. Now, I will say this. If you have somebody else that, let's say, for example, Natron Brooks. Let's say Natron Brooks is doing well on special teams, punt return, kick return, something like that, to where you can maybe just give that to Natron, and then just leave Zachariah solely for the offense, solely to continue to move the chains and stuff like that. Now, I can see that being the option. But again, that would mean somebody else has to stand out so you don't have Zach doing all those things. But so we'll see.
Facts. Josh said they said the Falcons bracing for a James Pierce Jr. suspension. How many games y'all think it would be? I'm still on 3 to 5. I'm still in that range, 3 to 5. And if it's 4, that's equivalent to a PUP list. But go ahead.
I think it's gonna be 5, man. It's DV. It's DV. And I know, I would love for him to get it reduced because he's everything. The process is going by so fast, and he's already in the program. After a year, of course, no contact, et cetera, keeping your nose clean, you can be good. But at the end of the day, man, Gradell, he knows on that DV, I feel like he's going to drop the double axe handle, and I think we may get at least 5.
Yeah, I'm in that same range.
I would love for it to just be 4 though.
Yeah, I'm in that same range, 3 to 5. But if he gets 4 or 5, it wouldn't surprise me. And I know y'all saying it's taking a long time, but they got to cross their T's and dot their I's to make sure they don't make a mistake. Because if they do that, then upcoming issues when it comes to suspensions, some people catch a break and they don't want that to happen. But Joe said, do y'all think the fastest linebacker group we ever had and the season haven't started? Yeah, I think it's one of the fastest we ever had. And those 2 young guns that they got in the draft pretty much solidified that. Christian Harris, he's not no slouch. He's a former All-American at Alabama. He's been very solid. He just hasn't got a solid opportunity. And if y'all notice, that's a common theme with Matt Ryan. He's been saying that as well. Guys with that chip on their shoulder, those are the guys we're looking for to go out and show that they belong here, they belong in the league, and they can perform at a high level. And my boy Terry Master said it all the time. Those are the guys that are going to go out and get her every single practice, every single Sunday. And so I think it could be the fastest, and all they got to do is develop. If they develop properly, I mean, the sky's the limit.
All right, that's true. That's definitely true. Nate said, we're just counting out Kobe at cornerback. No, I'm not counting out Kobe at cornerback.
No.
Not at all. To be honest, the question was about Avion. I think Avion was drafted to be that cornerback number 2, not Kobe, just being honest. Kobe, I think he can make the field. I think he can make plays, but it's just going to be all depends on him. Of course, another undrafted guy was popular very much so last year, but now you have a more loaded room, and he's going to have to make sure that he shows exactly what we saw. And that's good ball skills, some being able to maneuver through the defense, and not get caught up. But we're going to have to see exactly what happens. I think Kobe makes the team for sure, but as far as like starting cornerback number 2, I think that's really right now between Avion and Mike Hughes.
Yeah, that's a push. And don't get us wrong. We don't go against anybody on this team. But when you think about position and we talk about who's going to get these spots, you have to think about the veterans before you think about the younger players, because the younger players have a bigger uphill battle than these veterans. Now, some of them might outplay the veterans, but at the same time, when you talk about somebody starting the slot, are you going to say we're going to take Kobe Bryant over Sidney Brown or Billy Bowman, guys that have more experience than him? I don't think so. So that's the reason why I always name veterans before I name young players, because I know Kobe still, technically, he's a damn good corner, but he still has a lot of developing to do in certain situations. And he's not the fastest guy. So when you look at his shortcomings, a lot of those guys have bigger upside in that department when it comes to speed. Just saying. And there's no knock against none of those guys. You're just going to think about the veterans before you think about the younger guys. Not saying the younger guys can't compete, but the veterans are always going to, be on the forefront. Just a proven fact.
Absolutely true. Can't deny that at all.
8-2 said mid the league going to want to feature them Atlanta brothers together on the home team. It's a good revenue pool. Absolutely.
You know how much marketing campaigns and PRs and commercials and stuff, especially if the Falcons are doing well, and especially if both guys are doing well, the better and better that those two do well together, the more you can do with them. So next thing you know, you may have Good Morning America with the Terrell brothers, and all that good stuff like that, man. You can really use it. So that's another thing too. Politics.
DBG said Harold Perkins would make the whole league regret passing on him. Way too talented to be in the 6th round. What are y'all thoughts on that? Absolutely. We've been saying that, DBG. And I know because you've been tuning into every show. When you talk about Harold Perkins, you just talk about superior talent. Like I said, he was in line for the Buckets Award after a sophomore year, but he tore his ACL that junior year, and that kind of messed up his trajectory. But at the same time, he bounced back that senior year, had a very solid year. And the only reason why people passed on him, they read that injury report and weren't sure where he stood outside of that injury, and that's where a lot of teams go wrong. But again, the Falcons always seem to find a gem in that 5th round or that 6th round. Travis Hall, Tyler Algier, Grady Jarrett, I can keep going on and on. Falcons are one of the... Go ahead.
No, I said he should have never failed that far. I'm talking about Perkins. He should have never failed that far. So
again, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and it's going to bring out the best in him.
Called that one. I was like, Falcons, go ahead and take Harold Perkins Jr. right here. And then, boom, they took him. Like, yes, go ahead and play with your hair on fire, man. Go out there and prove that it's a lot of guys that got drafted before you that it's not going to be better than you. And my thing is, if you don't watch the tape, you got to go watch some Harold Perkins tape, and then you'll see exactly why we're feeling like he is going to be just fine.
Right. Dirty Bird said Billy Bowman may be out for the season, or he'll come back in the latter part of the year in limited snaps. Would be my guess. His injury is too serious to rush him back. Yeah, that Achilles can be a motherfucker, man. We saw Kirk Cousins, but you got to think, Kirk Cousins is stationary most of the time. He's really not moving. When you're doing cuts in and out of cuts the entire game, that's just a totally different monster. And if he missed the whole year, I would not be mad, because you got to have confidence in your coaching staff and the next man up. So if he missed the season, I couldn't be mad. They've already really prepared for it. That's why they went out and got Sidney Brown. That's why you see them going out and Darnay home. That's exactly where I was about to go. So they were preparing for it. So they're not going to rush him back. He just comes back when he comes back. But good thing is he's around moving and live and well, and he just has to recover, and that's all.
Oh, also, I guess Avion Terrell. He's into that mix for the slot too. So it's like we're working on it.
Blackberry, what's up, my guy? He said, A1 Smitty, Bijan just told the coach GM, the couch GM is level to this shit. Yeah.
That's what I said in the
beginning. Yeah, and crazy shot at my big bro John. He was kind of pissed off about it, but I had to, tell the situation with Bijan. Think about it. You try to get a contract, you go out there and practice, get hurt, that contract out the window, and when that next contract comes up, you damage goods. So you just got to make that right decision when it's called. It's called.
I mean, he was still out there, still, interacting.
He was still moving. Yeah, absolutely.
It was a hold in or a sit in, because again,
Absolutely.
how many times have we seen guys not be around when the contract is up for debate? So the fact that he was still there, I think it's should be kudo points for him. And again, man, we're just going to see where this goes forward, moving. And yes, it is different levels to it. Like I said earlier, the Falcons aren't going with the trends. The Falcons are believing in their superstars, and the superstar is in Bijan Robinson. They're young core pieces and all that. So I don't have no problem with the Falcons are doing. A lot of these deals are, again, not even starting immediately. Now, we could probably have a different conversation if all these contracts started immediately, but we're not.
Right.
So again, y'all, y'all who's going against the Atlanta Falcons, y'all just wait and see what they do. And for the Falcon fans, just let's continue to rise up. Continue to rise up.
Thanks. But another great pop-up, man. We stayed on a little bit over an hour, man. Right quick, one more question from Jamal. Who y'all think gonna start on the D-line? How do y'all feel about Deshaun Hand and Nicole London at defensive tackle? Do y'all think we need more size?
I always can take more size.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was going with it. I think they'll find a way with what they have. Shout out to Nate Ollie, man. He's the key to this. But when you come to when you talk about Deshaun Hand, he's at an excellent camp up to now as well. Nicole London coming off a career year with 5 sacks. So I think he actually picked up weight last year to play a defensive tackle position. But I think we'll be fine. If they had a strong rotation, we'll be fine. We lost Anya Mata, but they got young at the position, and I think they'll work it out.
Yeah, I mean, we also got Mason Smith too. Remember, we did trade Root, who was a little considered undersized, and went and got somebody who's a little bit bigger in Mason. So he's going to get an opportunity. And it goes back to just like about what Matt Ryan's kind of theme has been, giving guys opportunities. You got letting guys play with the chip on their shoulder. Mason Smith was a guy that had no opportunities or limited opportunities because the room was so crowded down there. So now he has
former second round pick.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he has the chance.
A first rounder if he didn't tear his knee up.
Right. So now he's getting back to being comfortable, and he's around the right system, the right coaches. And guess what? It may work out for the best. A lot of these guys that we brought in with a chip on their shoulder, they might bring us that great championship that we waiting on. But yeah, man, another great show, man. You know what to do, Chris, man. Go on and take us out.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports platform on YouTube. Come over, like, comment, and subscribe. Do the same for us over there at the Falcons Digest and also Hawks Digest for Digest Media. Again, Twitter, A1 Forever, Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Appreciate each and every last one of y'all. It's a peaceful day. It's a beautiful day. Atlanta Falcons getting things done. We can move forward on with the rest of the training camp and not have to worry about at least these big deals or this big contract right here that just glaring us right in the face. It's 154. Find your peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. So, hey, man, again, thank you to each and every last one of y'all in the chat. And, hey, football is getting closer, man. Hall of Fame game is tonight?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. So, about to get some more football, man. Football back.
Right.
Thank you,
Ryan, what's up, my guy?
Everybody.
Appreciate you, Jamal.
Thank you, family.
Yeah, man, y'all know where to find me. And thank you, Miss Drea. Thank you for the donation. Truly appreciate it. And also thank you to Trinity for all those jewels, man. Like I said, I still don't know what they mean. DBG, thank you for the donation, my guy. And Bobby Carroll, thank you for the great question, my brother. Yeah, I love the Baker Mayfield question. I actually talked about that, extensively a couple of years ago, and we gonna make it work. Matt Mike, what's up? But yeah, man, y'all know what to do, man. Find me right on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21. and also find me on right here on Smitty Sports Machine. But y'all can find me on LinkedIn as well. Open back up my LinkedIn account. Find me on TikTok. Find me on Facebook at Antoine Smitty Smith. And if y'all got any questions, like I said, during those videos, drop questions in the comment box. If it makes for a great video, I might take y'all up on it and make a video out of it. But I also have another video coming up soon about something we talked about in this show about old boy and his despise for the way the Falcons building their team. And y'all going to hear my thoughts on that. But yeah, man, another great show, man. Me and Chris gonna keep this thing rolling and keep bringing y'all great content. Ron, what's up, my guy? Check out the replay.
Okay.
But we're gonna roll on up out of here, man. We'll see y'all soon, because guess what? News is going to keep breaking, and we waiting on that James Pierce situation to come up. And we also just wait on the latest Falcons news. But trust me, Falcon Digest, Smitty Sports Machine, A1 Forever, we got y'all, man. Trust me, we got y'all. And we're going to roll on up out there and holler at y'all later, man. Peace.